Good morning, MacLaren. My name is Mr. Pingel, and I have the opportunity and privilege to honor our sixth grade boys. This is for you, sixth grade boys. What a year it has been. If you can remember way back to the beginning of the year, we started off in A and B cohorts. I remember vividly your desire and longing to be united with the other half of your class during that time. Thankfully, that time didn't last, and sure enough, you were at full strength just a little over a month into school. When that day came, when the two cohorts united, there was great rejoicing and excitement. Then you all realized that you had to figure out how to be in sixth grade, which poses its own difficulties as well as figuring out how to do a school year during COVID. You handled both with as good a spirit and humor as anyone could have hoped for. First off, sixth grade isn't easy. Some of you knew each other from your time here last year in fifth grade. Others were in the same class at different schools, and still others came here without knowing a single person. You all handled it beautifully. From figuring out your brand new class schedule to getting assigned a new instrument, your excitement was so evident. Soon, you were all making friends, striking up old friendships or creating new ones. I would watch from the front of the classroom or from the upper field how each one of you would test the waters and venture out into the unknown. You would strike up a conversation with someone you didn't know, and suddenly you would find yourself playing with them at recess. You boys showed a lot of bravery this year. It took bravery to listen, grapple, and finally come to an understanding of what was expected of you during project week. It was hard, it was a lot of work, but you all came in with some of the most lifelike projects I have ever seen. And when it came time to share about your animal, you stood behind your project with pride and told your classmates all you knew. You showed bravery in the way that you learned how to learn in a hybrid system. That's not what school is supposed to look like, and yet you made it work. You learned the ropes of Google Classroom, you figured out how to log into a Zoom call, and by the end of the year, you even started to post comments in the classroom page that were somewhat related to the material. You showed a lot of humor this year as well. When one of your classmates saw the need for pencils in the room, he created a pencil charity. Not sure exactly how it worked, but I remember it making me laugh. And that also didn't last too long. Recently, when asked why Augustus Caesar would reward Romans who had large families, one of your classmates responded, "Maybe he likes to kiss babies." While that wasn't the answer I was looking for, I like to think that maybe that was the case. You all were so excited to learn about Cleopatra and her role in the lives of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. When the idea came up that we should act out this dramatic story in class, all hands went up when asked who would like to play the role of Cleopatra. You all loved to learn this year. One of your math teachers wrote in an email, "I just wanted to say that I love this class of boys. They gave me 100% every day. They were awake and alive to the conversation. Curiosity and wonder were regularly on display. They always wanted to know more and be challenged. They generously supported one another's efforts, knew how to have fun, and when it was time to settle in and work. These boys made me laugh every period, single period, day, period. And they always treated me with tremendous respect. It was an honor to teach them this year. One of your Lit Comp teachers wrote, teaching these students 6th hour has been the best possible end each day this semester. This group of boys is funny. They know how to be goofy, but also engage the literature with sincerity. It seems the norm in their class to work hard and demonstrates interest in learning. In history class, your eagerness and excitement was so evident when learning about the Punic Wars, when we talked about Hannibal and his incredible achievements from the Battle of Cannae to him and his army crossing the Alps with their war elephants. You became so animated and could hardly control your enthusiasm to learn more. You boys grew a ton this year. There was humor, joy, struggle, and learning. What a year to look back on. I'm proud of each and every one of you. Well done, boys. I'll see you all next year.
My dear 6th grade girls, congratulations on completing the first year of the upper school at Thomas MacLaren. Your teachers are so proud of you. In fact, your teachers adore you. They delight in your energy, your quick wit, your silliness, and your kindness. Miss Rorstrom praises your skill in selecting adjectives that fill your sentences with descriptive power. Miss Picorni loves your energy and your zest for celebration. When the betas couldn't bring in 3D, real balloons, you were not deterred. You drew balloons and you brought those to your party. When you couldn't have anything to play with at recess, you have also showed improvisational skill. You realized, who needs toys when you already have shoes? The number of shoe-related competitions you have devised at recess this year should really be included in the next Olympic Games. You love to be outside. You ask constantly. You must, one teacher muses, have the skin of polar bears to be able to stay and learn outside in temperatures so frigid. You make your teachers laugh with your love, or is it fear or hatred? Of those challenge competitions at the board, racing to put up answers or respond to questions in jeopardy. In ancient history, you responded to the beauty of the ancient world with awe. When looking at the landscapes the Greeks and Romans inhabited, you were so drawn in by the beauty of those places that you couldn't wait to go there yourselves. In fact, a few of you told me you were already planning your honeymoons for the Italian countryside. And speaking of honeymoons, forgive me! I almost forgot to congratulate one lucky lady on her recent engagement to courageous young silversmith Johnny Tremaine. Wedding planning can be such a stressful time, but this young lady has balanced the demands of wedding planning with the demands of 6th grade beautifully. And all the teachers already got their invitations to the big day. Mrs. Shannon delighted in how the betas applied their minds to calculating taxes. You puzzled out possible alternatives to paying tax at all. One student mused about how teachers, who are after all state employees, paying taxes to the government that pays their salaries? Your minds are so alive. In Alpha Math class, Miss Rader remarks that you have stolen her heart. Your mix of sweetness and zaniness is irresistible. There's a particular laugh in the Alpha class that Miss Rader loves in particular. I bet you can guess who it is. In public performance, you have been transformed. Any childhood shyness doesn't stand a chance against Mrs. Cold, and with her, even our quietest ladies have come to life in a new way. When one, sometimes meek, Alpha, showed her brilliance as an authoritative and insightful director, you all were blown away and so excited to congratulate her. As I reflect on your 6th grade girl hijinks, it brings me so much joy, and it also makes me think. It didn't have to be this way. You young ladies were dealt an awfully difficult task. At the beginning of the year, you were thrown into a room with 10 other girls, mostly strangers, and told to cover your faces all the time, stay 6 feet apart all the time, and go make friends. Your ability to do just about anything normal in the process of getting to know people or adjusting to a new school was curtailed, and still you found a way. As I thought about you and what you have endured and accomplished this year, I found myself thinking about a poem that some of you recited earlier this semester, Uphill by Christina Rossetti. The speaker asks questions in the poem again and again, trying to wrap her mind around the difficult road that lies before her. Does the road wind uphill all the way? Shall I find comfort, travel sore and weak? Will the day's journey take the whole long way? This task brings fear. It's hard to understand what is being asked of the traveler and what she has to expect. It seems like it will be too much. Yet, like all of you, the weary traveler does not refuse the difficulty of the journey. Despite hesitancy and even fear, you all said yes to the challenges of this year. You asked as many questions as you could about the road you had to travel, and then you went. And the road did wind uphill all the way. You climbed up quarantines and family trouble. You climbed over loss and loneliness and confusion. The whole long day of 6th grade, from morning till night, from play test to math test to final project, you climbed the road. And you have found rest. In each other, in your friendships, in your love and care for one another, you created a resting place. You turned room 98 and room 92 into resting places for your classmates where they could find welcome and encouragement and joy. We are so proud of the community you built amongst yourselves. Congratulations, 6th grade girls.